All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a wonderful day. We got a very big jobs report tomorrow morning. We've been talking about how to prepare and all of the craziness in the jobs market. But now today, we're going to have fun on this Friday, Junior. I want to show you how to find it. And now, in the process of making this video, I realized how wacky it really is. So I think it's very applicable, and I got to drop it. You know, don't be a hater. Drop the thumbs up on the video. Let me tell you, we are going to be live. YouTube.com/thestockmarket/live right before, an hour before the bell. We will have all this data easy and conveniently. So why am I starting with that? It relates to the video because how long does it take to actually find the non-farm payrolls? This is why I've always showed you this website, Trading Economics. You ever hit calendar, even the day of release, this will update in real time and you will get all the numbers. It shows you the previous number, what's expected in forecast, consensus versus forecast. You could look up the difference between the two, but it's all there. So how long does this take? You could get this within seconds if you want to make your life easier. But now, have you ever wondered about the actual report? Even what we've been talking about lately is revisions, and I got something good for you. We got a lot of reading to do, but overall, I hope you're getting the idea here. There is a place, and there's a lot more info than just the at the number, and I want to show you how to find it. So, how do you do it? Who releases it? It's the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So you go to bls.gov, but now let me show you what I went through. I don't know. We could start the timer. I don't know if I'm advanced enough to have an edited timer, but we could go now. You go to the websites. Even if you assume, maybe let's go with economic releases. You click it, nothing else comes up. All right, you could go latest releases, employment. That's what you want. But honestly, we're going to go to latest releases. You're trying to get it as fast as possible, right? And then you have all of these options, and it starts to get really intense, even if you control F this. I know I'm wasting time. I already know, and if you watch this video, you already know too. So employment situation, and then you get all of this. So instinctively, you're going to click the first link. That's what I did. Then you get some phone numbers, you get some emails, and then this awful text. It's awful text, bro. You know what I'm saying? It truly is awful. But if you begin to start reading, like you'll notice, total non-farm payrolls rose by 187,000 in July. So that's the number you want. Boom, we got it right away. But if you didn't miss it, even if you try to skim through it, it's a lot of text. There's a lot of different numbers that come up. Even if you try to go through these, you're going to just get a bunch of different charts and certain things. And now that's it. So that's how you find it. We can stop the timer and all that. But what I want to show you is if you want to get the real info and now all of the good stuff, you can do the same thing. Go to here, economic releases, employment situation, and then just go to the PDF version. You got to scroll down, and then boom, you get this beautiful PDF with everything, with text, pictures, even all of the data. You know, if you go to Trading Economics and you click on anything here, it's going to look pretty much exactly the same as the charts that they have here. And now they start to explain it. They explain the difference of household data. And don't be confused. The first thing I showed you was all of this. It's just not pretty. And again, it's not pleasing to the eye. If you do not know this info and you're trying to find it fast and trying to look in deeper, you'll see. But there is even a lot more info to this. So you'll notice they talk about the household survey, and then they'll begin to talk about establishment. The number, when you go to Trading Economics and you see expectations, every time, I was going to say most of the time, but everybody is referring to the establishment survey. That's the 187. So a lot of times you could even make the mistake. You'd read the household data. It will give you different numbers. I think you're like a decrease 175 to 667. You're getting labor force participation rates. And if you've ever heard us talking about data on stream as it's coming out and how it's going to affect the market, this data is all in this document. Anything, any news source can create, any of the headlines, any analyst or anybody market algo will react to, it is all of this information is possessed within this document. And can I just throw my tin in? It's not even tin, but if you don't know how the industry works, as you see here in bold, transmission of material in this news release is embargoed until 8:30 a.m. Friday, August 4th. Now, this is the past release that I'm obviously going over, but if you don't know what a news embargo is, it means all of the news agencies have this information prior. They're just not allowed to release everything until this day at that time when it's all public information. So that's why you ever wonder how analysts or even certain people like Mr. Timmy, if you know, again, they already have it. So they're able to prep and type up everything the moment it does arrive. So that's something I had to throw in there for you. So that means someone knows. No, but hopefully you're getting it. It's all in here is what I'm trying to tell you. Regardless, if you are, for the sake of interpretation, forming your own belief and you're trying to see where ideas come, it's all of the information, new information is possessed. Doesn't matter whether anybody knew about it or not. This is what is going to be reacted to. So take that however you please, but the establishment data now, that's the stuff that we're looking for. It explains the different industries. You ever hear about the reports to like healthcare added this many, social assistance added this many, financial activities. So some industries do better than not, but you could keep going through here, and what you really want to get to, this is the main juice of it. It's this right here, the chart. But again, don't make the mistake. Household data, that's the first one you see. So if you looked at this, you'd be like, well, okay, 201,000 change. Is that the number? No, the number everyone's reacting to, establishment data. That's summary table B. And you'll notice here too, we're going to get to it. I noticed all of these P's. That's for preliminary. And we're going to get into the drama of how everything revised. But right here, this is the chart that you need for all the numbers, 187,000. And you could go check. That was the last number. You could go check with everybody else. This is what you should be getting. If you're not getting the same numbers, then you're probably looking at the wrong chart. But it's showing you private, all of the different industries. Once again, you've even got women in production. What's this? Is this ESG? I think it's some ESG, total non-farm women employees. I guess if you separate the men or the women, it still balances. All right, makes sense. But you go through it all. They're explaining all of it. Again, even average hourly earnings, average hourly wages. This is all part of the data. Like I'm telling you, this one document on the release hour before, it possesses everything. Everything after that is up to everybody else. So there you have it. And now those P's are going to come back, but read through it. The frequently asked questions. Why are there two monthly measurements of employment? The household survey and establishment both produce sample-based estimates of employment, and both have strengths and limitations. The establishment survey employment series has a smaller margin of error on the measurement of month-to-month change than the household survey because of its much larger sample size. That's for all the statistic people. And over the month employment change of about 130,000 is statistically significant in the establishment survey, while the threshold for statistically significant on the household is about 600,000. However, the household survey has a more expansive scope than the establishment survey because it includes self-employed workers whose businesses are unincorporated, unpaid family workers, agriculture workers, and private household workers who are excluded by the establishment survey. The household survey also provides estimates of employment for demographic groups. For more information on the two surveys, click here. Trust me, we're going to click on one of them, and I told you we got some reading to do, but hopefully that explains the difference. This is what should show up on Investopedia. I'm telling you, this document got what you need. Number two, are undocumented immigrants counted in the survey? It's likely that both surveys include at least some undocumented immigrants. However, neither the establishment or the household survey is designated or designed, to identify the legal status of workers. Therefore, it is not possible to determine how many are counted in either survey. The establishment survey does not collect data of the legal status of workers. The household survey does not include questions which identify the foreign and native born, but it does not include questions about the legal status of the foreign born. Data on the foreign and native born are published each month on table A7. And option trading is showing the risk. You can't lose so much financial. Yeah, it sounded like some lawyer talk there too. Why does the establishment survey have revisions? Oh, I thought it said I read it as something with my hairline. Anyways, but the establishment survey revises published estimates to improve its data series by incorporating additional information that was not available at this time of the initial publication of the estimates. I'm reading this slow because, again, revisions. The establishment survey revises its initial monthly estimates twice in the immediately succeeding 2 months to incorporate additional sample receipts from respondents in the survey and recalculated seasonal adjustments. For more information, please visit here. On an annual basis, the establishment survey incorporates a benchmark revision that re-anchors estimates to nearly complete employment counts available from unemployment insurance tax records. The benchmark helps to control for sampling of modeling errors in the estimates. For more information, click here. So we're stopped. You can read the rest about the sample firms, small firms. The rest is for you. I stopped right there because I clicked around because, again, we have been talking about revisions a lot. So I kept reading, and if you click through here, it takes you to the next site, and they explain it once again with monthly revisions, and they go over everything. They're saying revisions. I'm changing up the view here. I don't know if the other one, I don't know if I could zoom in or not. I'm already too deep into the video, though. I'm sorry. But revisions to CES over the monthly changes are calculated by comparing each month's second preliminary over the change for the first preliminary over the month change, the final sample based over the month change with the second preliminary over the month change, and the final sample based over the month change to the first preliminary over the month change. Did you get that? Yeah. So that's what I read on how to get. You can read it yourself too. Again, I showed you how to get here, but I was reading this. I was like, this seems, my only question as I've clicked through everything is why. I am leaving this to you, Chad, because I want to show you something else, but they start to explain everything. They say, see the CES revision page. Obviously, I clicked on that. We'll get to that in a second. And it says the adjusted total non-farm over the month changes from January 1979 and forward. The monthly change figures shown on the table do not reflect subsequent changes due to the introduction of benchmarks, revisions, seasonal and or other updates. Mean revisions and mean absolute revisions for each calendar year are included in the table. Mean absolute revisions include the overall magnitude of the change of the estimates, while the mean measure, okay, again, I want you to read all of this because I don't know if I had to read it slow. I'm not going to, again, I do not understand this when I read it fast out loud. So like I'm telling you in general, you click on here, and this is what I wanted to leave you with. This is all of the revisions ever done. So we've been asking a lot of questions. We've been comparing it to other times, but it is all here. Now, still, my question is not answered as to why they do it. It seems like a lot of, you compare the month, Actually, here, I'll explain it to you, dog. It's simple. All you got to do is compare each month's second preliminary over the month change to the first preliminary over the month change, and then the final sample based over the month change with the second preliminary over the month change, and then the final sample based over the month change, and change to the first preliminary over the month change. That's all you got to do. So, where to go? There it is. But hopefully you see what I'm saying here when you like go through all of these revisions. It's like I'm trying to find out why they do it, and it seems like sample sizing and accuracy and obviously the complex nature of the jobs market. Again, hopefully even reading about the household survey just a little bit, hopefully that opens your eyes up to see, you know, self-employed and other things. There's just so different, and if you ever read these numbers too, if you ever like go through the chart, I got to get back here. We're chart number B. Oh, now it's really, really small. I'm going to have to even zoom in on this myself. But if you like go, remember, we are looking just like CPI. You know, at the same time, we look at the rate of change. Don't forget, that's your non-farm payrolls. I mean, this is showing you 267 million payrolls that go out. You know, that's like ADP. That's payrolls, or, you know, non-farm payrolls. But it's showing you the total amount. That's still that many people employed in America. So, again, all the data is there. Participation, unemployment rate. That is what we will be getting from this. And that is why tomorrow will be so important. So, I'm leaving you with that. Hopefully, again, BLS.gov, click through, you know, explore a little bit. It's fun. You're going to learn something, but that's going to be for tomorrow. And like we said, if that jobs report tomorrow, if it ends up being a low number and we lose jobs and we see a higher unemployment rate, the market will most likely like that unless it's totally like super bad, but probably should reflect some of the other reports, or that's what we're trying to see tomorrow. That will be bullish for the market. However, if there's a strong jobs report, you might see a pretty large bearish reaction, but Monday is closed. So tomorrow, I said this all day, I think like a couple hours after the release, it's going to be one way. There might be like a early sell-off or early dive down and like, you know, a couple, you know, Friday moves, especially this. But with the holiday, I think it's going to be a lot of computer driven. I'm going to take a vacation, so I'm still going to be there because I'm going to kick it with the Chad, bro. But what we're going to do is we're going to just be there. We're going to go over the data early. I will have it live, and then we're going to play around a little bit. We're going to have a debate team tomorrow. Maybe some Monopoly. We'll see, but that's it. No plays. I'm riding out the chips. We closed in the video one. You know, we still took our losses. I can limp. I'm still in the game, but I got a long term to hold me in the chair. But Chad, that's it, man. I love you. God bless you. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's Thursday. It's Friday Junior, so I could end it with a mix of awkward, not awkward. You know what I'm saying? Now it's getting, maybe it's getting there. But I love you. Drink that water. Stay hydrated, healthy, ready to go. I got the jaw, Hercules. All right, man, I'm leaving now. Horn, and you better, I'll see you tomorrow morning. You'll learn something. Let's go, baby. Amen.